Okay, so now I will set up the user, and then I will set up roles. And the difference between, there's a slight difference between this video here and the lecture notes. In the lecture notes I have set up the user and set up roles in the same worksheet. And there I have the password in plain sight so that you can see it. However, here we want to separate into two different in order to git ignore, so that you don't expose your password to other people. For me, I will remove the user after the video, so it's no problem for me. So let's start here. So we create, we have this file, setup_user.sql. So I copy here from the lecture note, part of the code here. So we start with using this role user admin, and some notes I can just erase them, and then we'll create a role. So I will start with doing this. Start going to this one. I run this one. Oh no, active Snowflake session. I need to log in, sign in here, and this is multi-factor authentication. So I need to accept it. Let's see. It's a Duo app. Approve. Yes. So now I'm in. So I'm starting with account admin, right? So I run this one, and I'm in. Then I will be in user admin. You can see here, and create this role. If not exist, move this DLT role. So I'll create this role. Already exists because I've already created it before. Okay. So. Why do I want to do this? Well, because I want to have a role which create role if not exist. Yeah, exactly. Or let's say, actually, we should put it into another. We should actually put it into. I will cut it out. I'll put it into setup roles instead. So I'll create here. I have a setup roles. I'll remove all of this. I put this in here. Change language mode to Snowflake. So I wanted to separate the roles and the users, right? So here we have, we create, I'll erase this also. So we create the user now. I'm still using user admin. So I've created this user extract loader. It has a password, and its username is extract loader. The password is quite simple, and I will remove, as I said, I will remove it later. However, for you, if you're creating this one, you can do like this. You can choose your own password, and you can go into git ignore. I used this git ignore from when we created the DLT files. So let's do it like this. Run, let's call it setup user.sql. Save. And you see that this file has become grayed out, so it's not in version control anymore. Great. So we can move on to we can do like this. We copy this one, extract loader. We go into secrets.toml. This is the username which we'll use to log in, which we'll use for the DLT to access our Snowflake. Right? Save this one, and we go back here and take the password as well. So copy this one. Copy the password, and also as a note, there's a safer alternative than the password, which is called SSO, which you can research. It's a single sign-on. So let's do it like this. I go here and I paste in the password. I use the password for simplicity, as this course has so much to cover. So remove these. So now I have username and I have the password. Great. So we need to create the database and the role. Actually, we have the role as well. Which was the role we created? Set up roles here. Movies DLT role. So let's do it. Movies DLT underscore role, like this. So now everything except the database. So let's go into the roles. So I'll copy some code again and I'll explain it. So we have this this role called movies DLT role. So you can probably imagine that we'll probably work with some movies data. Yes. So I'll create this one. I think yeah, it already exists because we created it before. Use role security admin because we need to use this to manage the roles. So you can. So let's do it like this. So we grant the role movies DLT role to extract loader. So this extract loader user should have this role. So it's granted, right? And we give the dev warehouse, grant this usage to movies DLT role. We grant usage on, we actually don't have the movies database, right? So we need to create the movies database. So go into setup database and we'll create this database. Setup database, and I'll copy this as well. So we'll use sysadmin in order to create the database. So I'll run this one. So sysadmin, you can create database and you can create warehouses. So we create the movies database and we create the schema movies.staging, and we can use the schema if we want. Actually, yeah, we can use it. Okay, save it. So here I created the database movies. So I'll go back to the roles and we'll run this one. We'll actually go back being a security admin first. Sorry for a little bit of jumping, but you need to have the right role to do the right stuff. So remember the principle of least privileges. So here we have security admin. We have, let's see, grant usage on database movies to role. Yes, exactly. That I want. Yeah, it works. Grant usage on the schema staging. And in the theory, you will learn what staging means. But I can explain it a little bit here. Staging is the first layer where we'll have, it's a landing zone for our data. So we're extracting and loading from different sources. It will come into the staging area of the data warehouse. And then I will do like this. So we granted usage on the schema. We will give, let's say, create table so that you're able to create table. Grant insert, update, delete on the staging, right? And we do that for all the future tables. For this movies DLT role, show grants on this movie staging, and you can see what do we have here. Well, we have the movies DLT role. It gets to, in the staging, it can, yeah, it has create table on this, it has usage on this, right? And you can see all the future. You can see what it can do. It can delete, insert, update. Great. And we can show grants to role movies DLT role. And you can have a look at this. And we can show grants to user. And you can see that the movies DLT role has been granted to the user. Great. And we also create a reader role. Yeah, we create a reader role as well. Actually, in later on, I will have one role which can handle both reader and write. But you can separate if you want. But here I've separated it. So use the user admin. We create the movies reader. We use this role security admin, and we grant usage on database to the movies reader. And same for the schema, and only the select will give it to them. So we'll give select to the movies reader and usage on the warehouse. And also, I will, in order for me to test it out when I'm logged in as Coction, I will give this role to myself, like this. So we have a movies reader role, which I have now. So I will use this later to read the data which we have ingested. So let's see, then we go into secrets. Then the thing we have left here is the database, which is movies, right? Because this was the, let's see if it was spelled correctly. Let me see. Yeah, exactly. So we created this database movies. So now we have everything here. So it's time for DLT, which we'll cover in the next video.